was the last chapter?
What is bro doing? 37. So we're on 38 now. All right, welcome.
1 minute old today.
In that minute, they going great. Soon I'll feel like Woody Allen. Wait, what if he was the kid?
Oh!
Wait,
a minute, the kid was a girl.
and he was writing the song from the experience of the kid of what happened when he felt like Woody Allen.
You motherfucker.
All right, guys, welcome back to Baja Talks.
We are just like Woody Allen.
We are just we're imitating AJR today. We are all thirsty
For more AJR.
For more AJR. Yeah, but welcome back to Baja Talks Books. I'm your host, Woody Allen. I feel just like Woody. Such a crazy, but why did they think that up? And what made them release it? Okay.
Bro, how are they that oblivious?
I mean, I would reference.
There's no way they don't know what he did.
Because that song is like, even when did that stuff with Woody Allen happen?
It's probably
I was like,
way before it.
I have absolutely no idea. I do not care about Woody Allen in the slightest.
Probably
Yeah.
like shortly after it happened. Probably like late 2000s, maybe early 2000s.
I think it'd be way funnier if it was like the day after the song.
yeah, they're like, oh crap, we just released this. Yeah, for those who don't know, there's a band called AJR that is a song called Woody Allen where they talk about how they're just like Woody Allen. And I don't know what prompted them to release that, but they did for some reason.
It really is sound.
It truly is one of the songs of all time. It is. I think that also is a contender for one of the worst songs that has ever ruined my ears. And I think anybody who listens to it should be put to the stake. Because there's somebody out there who's like, bro, this is the best song ever.
This is my
favorite
I want
song.
them to play this at my funeral, because that way everyone will cry, because of how beautiful it is, and no other reason.
When I die, I want them to play Thirsty Thursday by AJR at my funeral. Yodelay, yodelay.
Bro, you know it's all gym teachers, dude.
The music the
That's
gym teacher plays and expects us to run a mile.
What's that one? The NBA Jam song? Like the one, like the.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They would play that for us. At school during PE. It pissed me off. I hate that song.
Yeah, gym teachers have like the worst playlist somehow.
Truly.
Which you'd think they'd have like good music taste because their one job is just like get everyone hype.
Yeah.
But no, they listen to, I don't know, like things you've never heard of before that definitely should not be played at like a peppy situation like that.
Yeah, I had this song.
Like, why are we working out to like the Titanic soundtrack, bro? What is this?
I had this one middle school teacher, and they would play songs.
He felt just like Woody Allen.
Yeah, but they would play the songs for PE. And
Well,
then
yeah.
Occasionally they would play the swears. And then immediately they would remember, oh yeah, I can't do that. And then they would shut off the song and start another song. So you'd hear a swear word and then immediately the song just cuts off and then another song starts playing.
And they're like, whoops.
Oopsie doodle, my bad.
Yeah. But that's actually a perfect segue because Jim has almost the same letters as Bjorn in our book.
Oh, that's the worst transition I've ever heard.
Yeah, but chapter 38, we get Serene, except in my book, it's Serene F. Oh, thank you, Casey. Serene F.
Mm-hmm.
Serene F.
Legally distinct.
Legally distinct. I'm sorry, guys. I cracked open a Sprite tropical mix. Those who know. Oh, it's so goated. It's so goated. I really want to mix it with tequila, though. Go so hard.
No, you got to do that. You mix them, or no, you don't mix them. You put one in one container, one in a different one, then you get them shuffled around. So you don't know which one's which.
It's funny because this is Baja Talks, but I'm opening the Sprite. I'm a trader, I know. But I had Baja earlier, so I don't need any more of that today. Yeah, but chapter 38, basically, my boy Hrathen, the goat, he's just had his glow up, bro. Like he's just aura farming. He is too much aura. He's preaching to these huge crowds now because he got healed last time we were reading. And so yeah, now I like how it mentions his armor. I just think that's a cool thing. Like, imagine if every church's priest just had like blood red, like spiky armor. When I would go to church. I'd be like, yo, this dude's sick. Like,
Yeah.
he's
And
over here.
if you don't show up, then they go to your house and they go, hey, you weren't at church today.
You weren't at church
Where
today.
were you?"
Like that would be so sick. You pull up to church and there's just dudes in armor like screaming. You're like, yo, this is kind
Hey,
of fire.
I found out you were jerking off.
No,
No.
we're gonna pull out the ball
You
and
can't
chain.
do that without me.
Yeah, and then I like he's just he's just doing his thing, and Serene and her cousin Lugal and stuff are watching, and Serene, per usual, is just like, it must have been some kind of trick, even though she has absolutely no reason to think that. She's just suspicious all the time. And I like that Lugal's like, of course it was. Serene just, for some reason, just mentions that his face is too pink. And I think it's really funny that they're talking about like, oh, this is how, like what he did might have been a trick. He like maybe bribed the priest or like it was makeup or something. They're thinking about how Hrathen pulled off, even if it was a trick, regardless, like he did a really good job. Everybody loves him now. They think he's God's favorite person. They've watched this happen. They're totally sold and they're all like uncomfortable with it. And I like the line, both Lucal and Shuden's face bore disturbed, contemplative looks. But finally, Lucal turned to her, his hawkish future is troubled. What do you mean my face is too pink? Bro, he was stuck on that. He was like, oh, come on. The rest of them are thinking like, oh, this dude, like, he's collapsing our kingdom as we speak. He's going to start a civil war. He's taking over. Meanwhile, Lucal's just like, I comment hurt my feelings. My face is not too pink.
What did you mean by that? What did you mean?
What did
Something
you
wrong
mean?
with my face?
They're at the docks waiting for some dude to show up, the patriarch from Tio that King Even Tio said he was going to send over earlier. And the dude pulls up and he's just like, he's this tall, like aura farming guy with golden hair and stuff, super long golden hair. I kind of picture him as like a Samson kind of dude. Or you know the guy who does, I don't know if it's a thing still, but in like the early 2000s had the Yo Mama YouTube channel. I don't know, like Brody or whatever his name.
Yeah, Brody something.
Brody something. He'd be like, Yo Mama is so fat. With like the Joe Swanson voice. That's how I picture this guy. For some reason, I don't really know why.
Yeah, that and there's one clip of him going, Xbox Live!
Xbox Live.
And I don't know what the context of that clip is, but I just hear it from time to time. And it makes me happy.
I just think it's so funny because I mean, of course there's a YouTube channel dedicated to Yo Mama jokes in the early 2000s. Of course there is. Of course they have millions of subscribers. That's like the most 2000s thing ever. For some reason. They had like a collaboration with Avicii and stuff. Like,
Fine.
yeah, they had a bunch of collaboration because they had like millions of subscribers. I don't know how, but I was one of them. So
Yeah,
actually,
they were doing slop before slop was cool.
oh yeah.
Now,
What are you
everyone
talking
does
about? It was pure artistry. It was we need more content like that nowadays.
You know what? You're right.
How
That's
long
my
has it
bad.
been since you've heard a good Yo Mama joke? It's a dying art. Us Yo Mama enjoyers are a dying breed.
I mean, like, after you've heard about 5, you've kind of heard most of them.
We've had the Y2K revival. We've had like the 80s revival. We need the Yo Mama joke revival.
Yeah. We need to go back to early 2000s, you know.
Yo Mama
jokes.
is so dead. She's like her own jokes in the current climate
Yo Mama So Zombie, 58 minutes long? What?
Yeah, most
10 hours ago. Oh, they're still going.
Yeah, he's
most of
going
his
on.
videos
Yeah.
are just
Every day.
compilations of things that he's already made put together again.
Yo Mama So French. Yo Mama So Slimy. Yo Mama So Yacht.
Yo, Mama So God is crazy.
But a lot of his stuff just gets reused from video to video.
You kind of have to if you're posting every day Yo Mama jokes.
Yeah,
I mean,
posting an hour-long video of animated content every
He has like
day.
5 point something million subscribers, so whatever he's doing is working.
I mean, good for him, but at the same time,
I aspire to be like him. But yeah, that's how I imagine this guy. And he's got just kind of talking to Serene as he comes down the ramp, and he's trying to aura farm, and she's all, "Oh, your holiness, all of Erelon is blessed by your presence." And he's like, yeah, they kind of are, low-key. Like, he's like eating it up. And I like that he's like, "Oh, who are your companions?" She's like, "Oh, this is my cousin, this baron, this count." And the dude, Sinalin, he's like, "Oh, only barons and counts? You don't have anyone like more important for me? Like, come on, I'm like really important." I like that he's like upset by that. Apparently, they don't really know why he's here. He's here for the funeral, but like technically he shouldn't. Like, he's too important to just come over for some random king's funeral. So they start talking about how the dude got chosen accidentally after Wolfden became Warren. Apparently, this guy Wolfden was like a leader in Shu Korath, and then they decided to elect him. And so everyone else was like, "Oh, we need someone who's like just as cool and just as handsome and just as young and just as awesome as this Wolfden guy. Like, this dude is so chill. We need someone to like match his aura farming." And they chose this guy instead. Let's see. Yeah, the Karathi leaders want someone who will be equally impressive, which is, I mean, that sounds like every, like, oh, when the council of people or whatever chooses a leader, it's always just some like puppet who's, it's just for like, oh, we need someone to look good for the camera. I like that Lord Eondel is just listening to this and getting progressively more pale. And he's like, "Whoa, guys, this dude's like the holy leader of my entire religion. Like, cut it back, bro." And the entire time they're being like, "Oh, this dude's like, he's really stupid. Like, he might be the holy priest, but he just kind of got chosen by accident. And he's kind of dumb, and we don't really like him. And I have beef with him." This Lord Eondel's just listening like, "Bro, you're talking about like my prophet right here. Calm down, dude." And they're like,
"That's my guy. How dare you insult my guy?
"How dare you?" And then there was kind of a weird conversation where Duke Royale is taking care of Idon's funeral, and he says, "Pagan murderer or not, Idon was once my friend. For that much, he at least deserves a decent burial." It's like, okay, you found out your friend is Jeffrey Dahmer, and you're like, well, I know he's Jeffrey Dahmer. I know all the stuff he did, but like, he was my friend, so I'm gonna give him like a cool little ceremony, you know? Like, that seems kind of weird to me.
It's like that one tweet where it's like, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, he didn't do it. He should be free." I think that he did do it, but I still think he should be free.
Like, I keep seeing like I'll see an Instagram post updating like, "Oh, this has been revealed about like the Diddy trials." And then there'll be comments that are like, #free Diddy, just not near me. It's like, bro, you're a menace. What do you mean by that?
It was insane to me that Diddy just like got off scot-free. Like,
They all the charges got dropped except for some. It was like everything except for like the charge nobody cared about. Like, oh, he was moving drugs or something. It was something stupid like that. And then all the other stuff just, they didn't have enough evidence, even though they had tapes and stuff. Because suddenly,
yeah, even though like everyone was like, "Yeah, he did it."
yeah, it's super weird. I also think it's crazy that Diddy is in the same prison as Luigi Malone. It's like the super.
Luigi actually got like acquitted of all charges. Like, he's free now.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, they freed my man.
They freed my boy.
My boy. I know, which is really cool. Anyway, he also has the opportunity to do the funniest thing.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah.
Like, just imagine.
Nah, bro, they definitely have eyes on him, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, they're definitely watching him.
But just think about it.
At the very least, I wouldn't be surprised if the eyes on him were more for his own protection than like watching to see if he's doing something else. There's a guy named Mario out there who has the opportunity to do the funniest thing possible.
Yep.
There's another Italian named Mario. He's got all the power in the world right now.
There's a whole lot of CEOs out there.
A whole lot of CEOs. I love that the healthcare people, I forget what company it was, but they got super mad that they were treating people for healthcare and not making them pay for stuff. And they raised like insurance rates, and then like the next week, the insurance CEO got shot, and they immediately like dropped all the rates back down and stopped complaining about it.
It was also that they were like putting timelines on how long you'd have them for under anesthesia for what they would cover. So,
Yeah,
like, if you go over 2 hours, we're not covering it.
Yeah, they made all these stupid rules that are like, really?
Like, actually, you know what? Maybe we should roll that back. Maybe we should change that.
The dude got shot, and they were like, "Oh, we're actually gonna back off."
You know what?
That.
Maybe the amount of money that I make is a reasonable amount, and I don't need more. Now that I think about it,
It's so funny. They got what they deserved.
yeah,
and then
what just the Joker quote? Just that you get what you deserve.
you get what you deserve. They go into the funeral place, which apparently is also where they're gonna have the coronation, which is kind of odd, but apparently Duke Royale thinks that's appropriate. Tellery's just kind of sitting there. He's looking displeased, kind of angry, which I mean, yeah, if my rivals suddenly concocted a plan to block me from the throne after all that scheming and the king cooking himself up on a platter, like I'd be like, man, come on. Like, I make all these evil plans. I do all this scheming. I make all these promises, and I get nothing. Come on. But he doesn't do anything, which at first they're like, oh, what's that all about? But then they kind of forget, and they do their funeral. And Cenelin, I'm just going to call him Cenelin, the royal priest dude, he walks in smiling, showing everyone his perfect teeth, and he's like, yo, I got something to add in the middle of this funeral. And then we get this kind of weird twist that I'm not really sure how you're supposed to take it. But just after he like pulls out the scroll and he starts reading, and he's like, oh, 10 years ago, like just after King Idon became king, he came to me and he was like, if you're reading this, like I'm either dead or like something has happened. Blah, blah, blah. I order that all titles of the noble rank are to be frozen as they stand, to be handed down like everywhere else. It's not like a wealth thing anymore. And then he's like, okay, here's my seal, here's the king's seal, this is all true. And then everyone's like, he just lowers the paper, and everyone's like, what?
Gasp.
Like, apparently everyone's happy about it, but at the same time, it's still kind of weird that they just roll with it. Because if I was like a rich person, the reason that they give for nobody being upset about it, and the reason why they'll roll with it, is because they have stability now. Like, you can't lose the title, but also there's the like downside of, with the old system, if you do something that gets you richer, you move up in the ranks. So like, I feel like these rich people should probably not be as happy as they are, that they're like stacked in a certain way now and it's not movable.
Yeah. Like, if it was just like you keep the fact that you are nobility, then that would make more sense. But like,
you're just like, you're stuck with like the titles and stuff you have now.
Even if you make really terrible investments and now you suddenly have very little money compared to the rest of them, you still could have a rank above them if that's how it was before.
Which I feel like is going to make a lot of people angry. And also, if all of a sudden you got a really good year and under normal circumstances,
yeah, just
like shoot up.
The one guy who invested a bunch of money and stuff that's not going to pan out till next year, and now things are all getting frozen.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, next year, please. Like 1 year. Give me a year.
There was that guy, I forgot his name, in the beginning of the book that was helping him out. That was like worried and scared because he had a big old chasm through his land. And so he was going to lose his title. He'd be overjoyed right now because he'd be like, oh, I'm not going to lose my title. Let's go.
Yay, I gotta keep having slaves.
I'm going to lose all this money, but it doesn't even matter. Yeah, so it's a little weird, but it really doesn't matter about like the legality of the document stuff because this dude is essentially like the holy prophet person thingy. I don't really know where he sits in the church's hierarchy, but he's like the big guy. So anything he says is basically law, and nobody's going to go against it for that slightly weird reason they gave it. Serene makes a really weird comment while she is watching the ceremony. She's wearing all black and she's all thinking about, was it any wonder he had turned to the mysteries, the like glory of pre-real Elantris and the death of an era, blah blah. Was it any wonder he sought to control the chaos that seemed to reign in the land of the gods? And she's all, Serene thought she understood Iodon a little better, which I don't get that at all. Was it any wonder he turned to, sacrificing people and stuff? Mm-hmm. Like, it kind of makes sense. Like, to control the chaos, I kind of get where he's coming from. Like, you got to sacrifice your serving woman.
He could have just changed the rules so he didn't have to do that.
He literally could have just done anything but sacrifice people.
Yeah, it's like the guy operating the Orphan Stomper being like, wow, it really sucks we have this Orphan Stomper. And it's like, dog, you're in charge of the Orphan Stomper. Just turn it off. It'd
be like if all of a sudden you were like, wow, I kind of get why Jeffrey Epstein did what he did. Like, yeah, in the chaos of the world, like the dating hemisphere, it kind of makes sense. Like, that wouldn't happen. The dude is like murdering serving women. What do you mean you understand him a little better? Because you're like, yeah, everything's kind of chaotic.
I get it.
I get it.
I mean, I disagree, but like, I get it.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
He just like me, for real, for real.
And then she's thinking about that, and Royale's like, we should get ready. And they go to have their wedding, and she has more internal thoughts about how she had asked Domi, her god, for like a husband, and she was like, oh, I take care of my faith. I'm faithful to this. I'm faithful to that. I regard Domi with reverence. And now it appears Domi's answered her prayers. He gave her a husband, just not when she expected it or what she expected. Mm-hmm. I like that she thinks to herself, perhaps I should have been a little more specific. But she's got a dead husband and now a like old man husband who's not really even her husband. It's purely political. Mm-hmm. And then she says a prayer anyway, thanking Domi, because I guess you get what you get. And
she's like, well, that's my dad. I should have been more specific. Like, just completely unupset with the situation.
Yeah. And I like that she adds the prayer. Please, she added as she closed her simple prayer, just let us be happy. Yeah, because that's going to happen. That's going to happen, buddy.
Silly girl.
And then they walk in to do it's like a ceremony / wedding. I think they're supposed to be doing it like at the same time. They walk in, Father Omen's up there. He's got the book ready and stuff. Everything looks great. They got all the fancy like dirt decorations. Even Hrathen's there for some reason. And then everybody just starts screaming as she walks in the door, which I feel like that would be really funny to see in like a movie. Like that's some like Princess Bride comedy stuff right there. Mm-hmm. I think that would be really funny. And everyone's staring at her and screaming. And even Royale and stuff are like, what's happening? And then she looks in the mirror and she sees all the black spots and her hair falling out, which I feel like you should have noticed it before then.
Yeah.
But she's looking at it and she's like, oh, the Shead had come upon her. Boom, boom, boom. And then the chapter ends.
I mean, to be fair, when our main guy, became an Elantrian at the very beginning. Like, he didn't realize either. He's just like, dang, I'm hungry. Anyways, time to go down and go get food. And then someone sees him, and then they start screaming. And he's like, huh.
I mean, but also, as a guy, you're going to have a lot less hair.
That is true, yeah.
Versus if you got... Yeah, because it says only a few fugitive strands of hair still clung to her deceased scalp. Mm-hmm. So all of her hair pretty much is gone. She didn't notice any of that.
Yeah, it just happens.
I guess. Like, nobody meant, yo, you're dropping, like, all your hair. Why are you going bald as you're walking down the aisle? It's a little weird.
The timing of that is also, like, really funny, because it's, like,
right as she walks in.
Before, fine, but immediately, like...
Yeah. It is pretty funny. And then chapter 39, my boy Hrathen. Hrathen's watching the several stunned Karathi priests lead the princess from the room. I like how everyone's quiet and he's like, such are the judgments of Holy Jadith from the back of the room.
Like, well,
what can you do, guys? Just everyone's dead silent. And
anyway,
like,
it's really unfortunate. We
oh,
need
no.
someone new in charge now, it seems.
I wonder if I could find someone like, I'll just tell you that. In the meantime. And then, everyone's sad. Rael's sitting there with his head in his hands. Count Eandel's crying. And Hrathen kind of realizes that, like, he doesn't necessarily get any joy from the sorrow. Like, it was necessary for him to win, but he's not, like, too worried about it or, like, too happy that it's happening, which I feel like is a little weird because before he was openly like, yeah, I need to beat her. Now he's like, I'm winning. But like,
it's over now. Dang.
Anyway, I guess. And then yeah, and then this is kind of a masterstroke for him because Rael can't crown himself now, lacks the legal right, and his fortune is now chopped up again, less than Telri. So he's got the go ahead. Telri's gonna become king, and Hrathen he's got 5 days until Serene's potion works off. And so Hrathen just pushes through the crowd and leaves. Now his faith will be rewarded. The conquest of Erelon was almost complete.
Yeah.
Short chapter.
But as soon as I found out that... sorry. But as soon as it was revealed that, like, that was her, like, that she had been turned into a Sheod, I'm like, oh, okay. Gosh, I get what's going on.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Because before, it's just like, oh, is he just going to have a bunch of people? He's going to get, like, a group of people who are like, oh, yes, we are all holy because we were all turned into Sheods and now we're fine. But, like, that makes a lot more sense. That's
why I asked you last time, like, what you thought was going to happen, because that's very, like, you thought, like, the assassin dude was going to give it to her or something, or take it himself. Yeah. That's a good twist. I like that. It's something you don't necessarily see coming that happens, and you're like, oh, that makes complete sense. And then...
Like, it wouldn't have been something out of the question to guess.
Yeah, like, I could definitely see picking up on that and being like, oh, this is a possibility. But, chapter 40, we get Raoden, the most useless character half the time. And they're just kind of walking around looking for a way to get up onto the walls so they can see out everywhere. Because Raoden's worried that an invasion is possible, and Wyrn is opportunistic. And so this is a crazy choice of words, but he thinks Raoden knew that an invasion was all too possible. Wyrn was too opportunistic to let a gem like post-Raod Erelon go unmolested forever. What?
Unmolested is a very
unmolested is choice. Crazy.
I must molested.
Yeah, so he's looking to basically just place men on the walls and stuff just in case an army comes so they can hide and go into one of the ruined towns outside of Elantris and just hunker down. The door is apparently getting stronger, and the pain is growing, and now he understood.
Now he understood Jeffrey Epstein and related to him.
Thirsty. Yes. Oh, Titus in the trash again. So that Galadon's there, and he's all, oh, there's a stairwell over there. We should go check that out. And they start walking toward it. And then a messenger runs up. He's like, my lord's spirit, a newcomer has been thrown in the city. And Aaron's like, oh, should we go check that out? And Galadon's like, yeah, the walls can wait. We'll come back to those later. And they pull up, and the woman's just sitting there, chest, face buried in her robes and stuff. And I like that the guy's like, she's a feisty one, my lord. She screamed at the gate for a full 10 minutes and threw her offering basket. And Raven's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he walks up and he just strolls over and he's like, he does the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there. I'm willing to guess you've had an awful day. And the woman looked up. When he saw her face, Raiden nearly lost his balance in surprise. Princess Sarivi, Princess Serini, his wife. And dun, 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 Raiden's like, whoa, wait, hold on a second, what?
Whoa, my wife?
My wife, she liked the apples. My wife.
And then Raiden offers his hand to her. She is kind of mad at him still. Because
Yeah.
he did, lie to her repeatedly.
Which, I mean, once again, he should have just told her. Like, he should have just explained himself.
Like, honestly, like, it's not even, like, that unreasonable. She probably would have been like, oh, okay.
Like,
Sure.
apparently she's, like, the smartest person ever. So
Yeah.
she should have immediately been like, oh, that makes sense. That's smart.
However, keep in mind, she is a woman, so...
Oh, yes, Raiden hasn't met smart woman before. He actually remarks on that later.
Yeah,
he has like a whole thing about how...
His perception of women is actually probably pretty low, all things considered, with all the women he deals
Yeah,
with.
that's a really
So he's
good
like,
point. Yeah.
she's a lovely lady, but I don't know if she has the brain capacity for this. I don't
So
know
I
her
just
that
won't
well.
tell her. I just won't even try
I only
explaining.
know her basically through letters. I don't know if she's actually smart.
Yeah, he's a little sexist.
Which, I mean, not great, but like totally understandable given his situation and the people who he has to deal with.
Yeah. And then, let's see. He's trying to get her to come with him. And I think it's funny that he's like, you never really gave me a chance, did you? And he stretches out his hand. He's like, come with me. He does his whole Aladdin, like, on the magic carpet. Where he's
Do you
like,
trust me?
come, let me show you the world.
Cleaned
Shiny,
off the slime just for you.
shining, slimy, and stinky. Tell me, princess, will I lose my mind to the Hoed and become a slobbering, screaming mess and then drop into a pool and dissolve?
Throw me in the pool. Kill me now.
Kill me now. And then she studies him for a minute and she reaches out her fine, thin-fingered hand and placed it in his own for the first time, allowing him to pull her to her feet. It's so romantic.
Yeah, and then she trips and breaks both her legs.
Yeah, and then chapter 41. Let me blow my nose. We got Serini. The sudden change was nothing less than stupefying. As if Serini had stepped from darkness into sunlight, burst from brackish water into warm air. The dirt and grime of Elantris stopped in a crisp line. I like that image. Like, I like the image of just some dude cleaning the streets, and he's like, I'm gonna make this just the straightest line I possibly can. Like, you just have a border.
He told me to clean up to here, and I'm not cleaning any further.
It's like when you're walking somewhere and it's snowing, and you walk by the section where the snowplow's going through, and it's just the dirty snow and stuff just stops, and everything's flat now. And then, yeah, he's just kind of showing her around, and she's looking around and seeing all these crazy colors because of the wacky cloth that she gave them and how clean it is. And she's like, oh my gosh, I thought it would be horrible, but it's like bright and amazing and everyone looks happy. And she's just calling him Spirit, so we'll call him Spirit for now. And he's like, welcome to New Elantris, Serini. Everything you can assume is no longer valid. Like, it's a real, what's that movie where they discover El Dorado? It's one of those moments. And then he pulls her to this place where there's a squat Elantrian woman who I'm assuming is the one making all the clothes and stuff, because she, like, looks Serini up and down. She's like, I doubt we've got anything in her size. Ha 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 ha.
Get it? Because she's tall.
Because she's tall.
Remember, because she's tall.
That's hilarious.
That is so funny.
Yeah, the Lady Mare, which, no, not to be confused with Kelsier's wife, Mare. I mean, maybe. Wait,
Wait,
No.
hold on.
this is Mare with two A's, which is, would that still be Mare? Mare? Mar? I don't even know how to pronounce that. So I'm just going to say Mare, even though that's confusing. And then there's like another thing where she pulls Serena into the room. She's helping her with her clothes. And Serena's like, wait, where'd that mirror come from? And Mare's like, oh, that's not a mirror. You know those stupid super thin sheets of steel you gave us? You dumbass. You know, remember those stupid sheets you gave us that were super thin? We made a mirror out of that. And Serena's like, why was I such a big poop to them again? Why did I do all this?
I was kind of
mean.
No reason, actually.
Yeah. I mean, props to her for realizing that, like, what she did was really stupid and just kind of, like, mean for absolutely no reason. I mean, she kind of had a reason, but it wasn't a very good reason.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, because the food thing I can kind of get, like, not giving him fancy food because he'll just eat it.
She wasn't even, like, giving them not fancy food, though.
Like,
she was giving them, like, rotten fish and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, like, why?
Like, a lot of stuff, it's like, well, this stuff clearly is not just for him. Like,
yeah.
Like, hey, could you give us clothes? I will give you the ugliest clothes possible. And it's like, oh, wow, thank you.
Which I guess, clothes are clothes. So that doesn't really matter, but, like, they ask for steel and she gives them, barrels of nails. And it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do with that? Anything you could really use steel for, nails are probably not going to be applicable to that. And then Mare has another comment about, like, oh, here's some stuff. I had to go and steal this from the men. And Serena's like, oh, no, that's awkward. And Mare's like, don't mind, dearie. It makes sense you'd have big feet. Don't we need more on the bottom to support all that height? Oh, she's getting cooked right now. This is pretty funny. I like this. Yeah, and then Serena walks out with her insane rainbow clothes. And I don't like this section because it's like, she's talking to Spirit and he's like showing around the city and says unconsciously she found herself judging his height. He's tall enough for me, she thought. Really?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
Really? Like, it's...
Yeah, because she's taller than him, isn't she?
I think so, yeah. But it's still, like, just instantly horny mode again. Like, come on.
Yeah, she is just...
Also, doesn't she, like, dislike this guy still? Isn't she, like, wary of him still? Why is all of a sudden she's, like...
She's just been too celibate for too long, you know?
She's, like, chronically single.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Yes. And then they keep walking around and he's kind of showing her, like, oh, here's where the kids are. Here's all these buildings we've cleaned. There's men working on the walls and stuff, women sewing, children running around. And I like that it's like a little community now. Like, everybody's happy, Spirit's helping people out. I still think it's kind of stupid that hard work was the answer, but...
Yeah. It's just like, guys, if you just work hard,
you
won't
work
be unhappy.
harder, yeah.
Because as everyone knows, the thing that you need to be happy in life is just working
and not
for
go
8 hours
mentally
a day.
insane from, like, the chronic pain that constantly...
Is doing physical labor the best thing for chronic pain, as everyone knows.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but we've talked about that.
Yeah, we've kind of done that bit to death at this point. Like,
yeah, they keep walking. They see Andon over there. He's showing some kids, like, some carvings, and she's like, oh, he's using one of those nails I sent you. And Spirit kind of calls her out, and he's like, those nails were interesting to figure out what to do with. And she's like, oh, this is weird to me. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid you would make weapons out of the steel. Like,
yeah, unlike nails, which, you know, how would you make a weapon out of nails?
Like,
what?
You kind of gave them weapons still.
Like,
also, if they had the tools to, like, smelt down, like, iron and stuff into weapons, they can just do that with the nails.
Yeah.
So
it's just more work because they're tiny in the air pockets. But, like, yeah, you can still do it just fine.
Yeah. And he kind of calls her out and he's like, I did betray you. And she's like, I'm sure you had a good reason. And he's like, yeah, I did. But, you know, it doesn't matter much at the time.
You were being a bitch. That's why.
She kind of pulls a 180 and she's like, you are not a tyrant. This community proves that the people love you. And there cannot be tyranny where there is love. I also don't like this section where He half smiled, his eyes unconvinced. Then he regarded her with an unreadable expression. Well, I suppose that time during your trial wasn't a complete loss. I gained something very important during those weeks. She's like, the supplies? He's like, that too. And he looks at her and it's all romantic.
He hits her with that, like, Disney smolder.
Yeah, the smolder. It's the Flynn Rider when he meets Rapunzel. He's tied to the chair. He just hits her with the smolder. We got Gavin to start doing
she's
that.
already your wife, all right? Just tell her. You don't need to do all this.
Yeah,
She's
mean,
already interested in you. You guys are already married. Like, dog, you're
Just
doing
tell her.
too much work.
Also, like, at this point in time, you don't know it's fake. You're both Elantrians.
Yeah,
Like, so, like, she's there for good in your eyes. Like,
yeah, as far as you know, she is here with you forever. All you have to do is be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're married. Just so you know.
by the way.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to make her fall in love with you a second time. Like, we're putting in way too much work.
And you're already talking about, like, all, like, him betraying you and stuff, or, like, keeping secrets. This is the perfect time to be like, okay, well, here's the other secret, and now you know why I kept it from you. Like, this would be a perfectly reasonable time to do that.
Totally reasonable, which is why he's not going to do it.
Yeah. Anything but communicate.
Of course.
And then she kind of realizes, like, wait, I haven't seen my Sion Ash around. It should be, like, going crazy somewhere, but I don't see him. And so they keep walking through the fields and stuff, and she smells the fish, and Spirit's like, oh, that's the fertilizer. You remember that time we were like, oh, we need this food. We need some fish. You gave us rotten fish? Yeah, we did that on purpose because we were like, okay, she's going to give us awful stuff. So if we ask for fresh fish, she's going to give us rotten fish, that's a really smart move, actually.
Yeah, because fish is an incredible fertilizer.
Yeah. And if you, like, know that you're going to get something worse than what you ask, like, use that and specifically ask for something better, even though you need the less good version of that.
It's
like,
one of the few times in this book that someone does something that is, like, legitimately smart, as opposed to just being like, yes, I knew that you would do this thing that I had no way of knowing that you would do.
Yeah, it's a pretty genius move. They're just talking. She introduces them to Galadon. She's all, oh, a pessimistic duel? I've never heard of a thing, because they're all supposed to be happy, and, like, they gave me, like, the kind of view people have of, like, Hawaiians, where it's like, oh, they just be partying all day and stuff, which is a stereotype, but that's definitely how a lot of, like, Americans and stuff view those cultures, is like, oh, they just go swimming and surfing and, like, you know, tiki parties and all that.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of that. He once again lies about who he is, and he's like, oh, I'm the second son of this random lord. Yeah. And she's like, huh, that's weird. And then Spirit starts glowing. And this is one of his, it's pretty in-depth here. I don't think we really got, like, an in-depth, like, writing of what actually happens to him. But apparently he just starts, like, doing the Captain Atom thing from Marvel or whatever. The guy who turns, like, the glowing green ghost that can, like, walk through people. It's Captain Atom, right? I think so.
No, what?
No? Or DC, I mean. Not Marvel.
Martian Manhunter? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Like, the dude, he's literally like a skeleton with, like, glowing green plasma fire around him.
What?
I swear his name's, like, Captain Atom or something.
I have legitimately no idea who you're talking about.
I swear it's... Oh, it's not that guy, but look up glowing green ghost skeleton DC. I swear the dude's name is something Atom. Oh, that guy. Yeah, him. And he, like...
His name's Blight.
Blight. Yeah. Oh, Batman Beyond. That's what it's from. So he's probably not a very popular character.
Yeah, I've only ever seen, like, a single picture of him where it's, like, a meme of something. But I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, he kind of does the Ghost Rider thing where he, like, goes, like, raw, and then shoots, like, light plasma lasers and stuff everywhere. And he, like,
Yeah, Ghost Rider does not do that.
he, like, walks through people and it, like, atomizes them and stuff. It's pretty cool. Batman Beyond's pretty good.
Yeah, that is not what Ghost Rider does.
Yeah, Ghost Rider does.
Rider instead
he does
has
like the penance stare thing.
Yeah, he has the penance
but
stare.
he can do that
and
with
he
like
has a
fire
chain,
too.
And he's got a motorcycle.
Like Ghost Rider will be like raw and then like shoot fire and stuff.
Yeah, but he doesn't just atomize people.
Okay, well either way they're dead. Like
You
regardless
can't just be
of what's
like,
happening.
Yes, I shot that man, and by shot I mean stab. Like no.
I mean, he's okay, whatever. Either way, they're dead. That's what matters. But that's kind of the vibe I get from this. Yeah, Raiden/Spirit just starts glowing, and his mouth opens, and he's all like screaming voicelessly, and you can see like the lines of his bones silhouetted. And she like reaches up to grab him because, yeah, if your homie just starts having a seizure, you're probably gonna be like, "Yo, what's happening?" And as she touches him, she feels something large, something impossibly immense pressed against her. Oh no, bro.
Which is a crazy sentence.
That is a crazy line.
Like that line is just straight out of like erotic fanfic.
Yeah.
Like
all the bones were silhouetted, you say.
all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. She feels like the air start warping around his body. And she can't even see his bones at this point. There's too much light. He's just dissolving into pure whiteness. And he stops struggling. He falls limp and then screams just like a really loud yell, and the light vanishes. And then he opens his eyes and he's like, oh, wait, I thought I died because you're holding me in your arms. And she's like, oh. And
she's like, shut the fuck up.
She's like, bro, I thought you died. And he's like, I got you good. Yeah.
I tricked you, but also I did maybe almost die. Yeah.
And then I think it's funny that he's like, oh, this is a common occurrence. Like, it just happens. No biggie. It just happens. Like, I just tank it every time. And she's like, wait, does that happen to all of us? Like, she's instantly worried. Like, yeah, I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah. They're like, no, just him, weirdly enough.
Just him. Literally just him.
He's literally just that guy.
He's just special. And then he's like, no, I'm just the one that the door's intent on destroying. She's like, the door? What does Jesker have to do with this? And he's like, oh, you're a religious scholar, huh? Oh, my bad. And then he explains it has to do with Aeon Door. And she's like, oh, that's a heathen legend. Bro, you're in a city full of, like, zombies and stuff. What do you mean, like, heathen legends? And he calls her out, and he's like, oh, so it's all right for us to be cursed with bodies that won't die, but it's not possible for our ancient magic to work? Bro, you literally have, like, a Sion. You have a glowing ball of light that, like, telepathically communicates with other balls of light.
And then you're like, but magic? That's too much.
And she's like, oh, well, that's different, I guess. And then he draws some lines, and she's like, what the heck? And she's all, oh, teach me your secrets. And then, I mean, it does mention that I think it's weird, but they kind of, Karathi teachings, like, accept the Sions because they're like, oh, there's these benevolent spirits sent by Domi for protection and comfort. Like, everyone sees them. They've been around. You kind of get used to them. But because Elantris had, like, that fallout and everyone hates them, they teach them to, like, oh, the magics of Elantris were a sham. That stuff wasn't real, which makes sense. Yeah, if you didn't like the Elantrians, you didn't want anything to do with them, then yeah, you'd be like, oh, well, let's not teach people about this. Let's just pretend it was fake. She's fallen asleep, and he kind of mentions that she's, like, weirdly cold, even though no one else is, which is a sign that, oh, no, it's fake. Harathan got her. I don't think it... Did it say that Harathan gave it to her, or does it expect you to...
I think it expects you to put it together. I don't remember outright saying it. I think that they just expect you to be like, oh, hey, this thing happened, and then put basic pattern recognition skills together.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, so that's a sign right there that you should be able to get that, oh, this is an actual thing. She's sitting there crying, falling asleep, and Ash shows up, and she's like, wait a second, you're not, like, crazy? What the heck? And I like that. I think it's funny that Ash is like, oh, blessed Domi, and she's like, what? You never use the Lord's name. And he's like, well, if he's brought me to you, then he's his first Sion convert, that's pretty funny. And then, yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't know that I would find you, but I found you anyway. And she's like, oh, it's a miracle. And he's like, huh, I wonder, perhaps I should look into converting to Shu Korath, I like that also. I think Ash is a pretty cool character, even though he's not really on page a lot. But
yeah, like
he's usually pretty funny.
I legitimately don't really remember anything about him.
He usually like shows up, has some funny one-liners where he makes fun of Sereni, and then he disappears for a bit.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah, that's right. Isn't he? Is he related to her, or is he just like?
He's the Sion.
Sion. Oh right, never mind.
Yeah, he pretty much just like shows up, calls her stupid, and makes fun of her, and then like has some funny one-liner, and then yeah, they're just kind of talking about. Like, oh, I need to get information from outside, let everyone know that I'm all right, which makes sense. You'd want to be like, yo, I mean, it's not too bad in here. And then Ash is like, oh, your dad wants to talk to you, by the way. She got that incoming FaceTime. And he tries to, like, pull her out, but she's like, oh, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm locked in here. These are my homies now. He's like, bro, it's been less than 2 months. And she's all, yeah, but I need to do this. Like, I need to figure this out. She's kind of full of herself, but she's like, I'm the only one who can do this. They need me. He kind of lays out that, all right, you can do what you have to. Love you anyway, your life, but I'm going to put my ships in like a defensive pattern and stuff. So if anybody comes here, I'm sinking them. So good night and blah, blah, blah. And then he just blocks it. And then we get a switch mid. I don't know if my thing just doesn't list the chapter, but I think we get a switch mid chapter for perspectives, which hasn't happened before. And it goes back to Hrathen. And he's the man right now. Like, he's feeling like a hero. Dillas Hold's broken. He went to the underworld and came back. He's a different man. He's figured out that his faith isn't inferior. His resolve is firm. He's about to be a savior. And he kind of cooked Dilaf immediately as soon as he got out because he's just full of confidence now. And so he makes Dilaf promise he won't do any meetings and stuff on his own. He makes him take all his oatives because he swore all the people to him and pushes him down to the position of Crondet, which sounds kind of like a candy bar for some reason.
It really does. Or her it kind of sounds like a French sweet.
It kind of does, yeah. Have you tried the new Crondet with your baguette? I mean, I think the names are supposed to be based off like French or something.
Yeah, because he was going through a period where he's like, I love French words. I'm going to name all my characters French names for some reason.
I mean, the entirety of like Mistborn is, especially the Final Empire, is based off like the French like uprising and stuff. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense.
And then also Jesus.
Yeah. And then yeah, so he's just feeling great. Dilaf can't take control anymore and manipulate him because Hrathen's the GOAT now.
Yeah, Hrathen is simply too cool. Everyone loves Hrathen.
He's had his come to God finding himself moment. And now he's kind of done with the Elantrians. Dilaf still wants to persecute them and preach against them and hate them and stuff. And Hrathen's like, hey, we got what we wanted out of that. That was just kind of like part of my plan. I'm not too worried about that. Domi's got me taking over this place. He wasn't like, oh, take over the Elantrians. He was like, bro, I need the whole country.
Yeah, he should have hit him with the, it's not that deep, bro.
He literally is like, yeah, it's not that deep, bro. And then Dilaf just keeps bothering him about it. So he's like, eventually he's just like, you know what? We'll deal with that later. But right now, we're taking over this place, bro. You're like small-minded, and I got things to do. I'm a big man now. And then he smiles to himself, and he's like, yo, it's over. I actually did it. I converted the people without a bloody revolution. You know, I'm not killing anybody, or maybe not too many people this time. And then, where is it? It ends with, he wasn't finished yet, however. Arlon was his, but one nation still remained. Hrathen had plans for Teod. Let me take a hit of this Sprite. The answer is clear. It's the Thursdayest time of the year. Sprite.
Can't wait for
Want a Sprite cranberry? Yeah, I can't wait for those ads to start. Everyone else is like, oh, Mariah Carey's coming out. I'm like, Sprite cranberry. Yeah.
You're like, it's that time of the year, and I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty, Thursday. What's your Sprite ranking?
I don't know. They're all about the same.
Oh, okay. Patrick, what's your Sprite ranking?
I'd say at the top I'd put classic Sprite.
Okay.
Below that, Sprite cranberry.
Yeah.
And that's all the Sprite I've had.
Oh, that's all the Sprite you've had. Okay.
I don't know. I would just simply put them all in about like A tier. Like I enjoy my Sprite.
That's fair. I'd say like tropical mixed Sprite is the best. Cherry Sprite and cranberry Sprite are like right underneath that.
Oh,
Normal Sprite
hold
and
on.
Sprite Chill are under that, and then
Sprite Chill. I'm putting D tier. That's the only one I've had that I did not like. That
that's
one was
fair.
bad.
Did you have it cold or just like?
No, I had it cold.
Oh,
And it was just not good.
that's fair. It tastes like pretty close to normal Sprite for me. It just stays cold longer.
It tastes to me like Sprite, except like they put something in it.
Well, they
And
did.
Yeah. No, it tastes like when you go to a restaurant and like you get a Sprite and you're like, that's not Sprite. What is that? That's what it tastes like.
I guess it tastes exactly the same as normal Sprite to me. It just stays cold longer. But I know. And then I'd put like Sprite Limeade and the other Sprites like underneath that in like F tier. Sprite Limeade is not good.
Very true.
It's so limey, which I don't like. I prefer lemon lime stuff to taste more citrusy, lemony than straight
Oh.
limey.
As topic adjacent, how do you feel about cucumber Gatorade?
Disgusting.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe anyone would drink cucumber Gatorade willingly.
Cucumber
That's Will's
lemon
favorite.
Gatorade.
I know that's Will's favorite. It's gross.
It's pretty good. I enjoy it.
It's like the people who drink cucumber Gatorade are also the people who say that if you mix like blue Powerade and whatever, then it tastes like Baja Blast, and it really doesn't.
Like I don't like cucumber Gatorade enough that it's like I'm gonna go out of my way to find a place that has it and then buy it.
Okay, honestly,
But
I don't even like Gatorade
If I
that
run
much.
into it,
Gatorade is one of those things that I didn't particularly like it in the first place, and now anytime I have it, it's so sugary and sticky, and it doesn't actually like help with electrolytes and stuff, so I don't feel refreshed after I've had it. So I just don't drink it.
I really like Gatorade specifically when I'm sick.
That's kind of why I don't really like Gatorade anymore, because that's the only time I ever drink it is when I'm sick.
That's fair.
Same with apple juice. I always have that when I'm sick. Now I just don't like apple juice.
That's fair.
Well, that sounds like a skill issue if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, not really.
Yeah,
Your
except for
problem.
mine, it's like I feel bad and then I drink it and then I feel better. You're not wrong.
Thursday.
Yeah, and then we get chapter 43. This is our last one for the night. We said we are going to go to 44, but we'll start with them next week. And they're going up to the stairwell that leads to the top of the city. And they go all the way to the top, and they got to break down a door. They bring the axe that Tan was going to use to kill them, or like topple the building down on top of them. And they climb out on top and got some one-liners about parens, which are a Jindonese bird, apparently, that scream at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Galadon makes a remark about how like, oh, this is blah blah blah. A two-headed parrot will never leave its nest, which is a proverb from the Jindonese about like somebody with a new romance. And Raydon's like, oh, come on, man, like it's not that bad. And he's like side-eyeing him. Galadon's like, really, not that bad. You only like leave her alone. She's going to the bathroom, which I guess they have to pee.
Yeah, I don't think they brought that up before.
Yeah.
Where did they put all the piss and shit? Because like they're stuck in the place. Like it's not like they have like a
Working
field that it
plumbing
gets
or
put
like
to.
Yeah.
Like they got a river? They go in the river? Like, what do you mean?
And how does that even, like, physically...
Like, please, out of everything that you have not elaborated on, I want some elaboration on.
Yeah.
You can't
How
bring
do
it up
the
and not
zombies
elaborate.
poop, bro?
Yeah.
Like, because that also physically, like, your organs and stuff aren't really working. So, like,
Yeah, like, 'cause you're only doing that if you're eating. Is that why it's not brought up? Because, like, they aren't typically eating.
I
very
guess,
much?
yeah, they weren't eating anything before. So
that
they
would
started
be
getting the
eating
food.
poop, like,
So then maybe they didn't know. But, yeah, it is still kind of weird that it gets brought up, like, randomly.
'cause that would mean that, like, people who just get, like, first come into Elantrians, you know, they're pooping.
Yeah.
So they gotta be like, dog, where do I poop? I need to know. I have to. And then everyone's like, I don't know. I haven't pooped in like 6 months.
They show up and those people are like, you need to come join our gang or we're going to beat you up. And I'm like, do you guys have bathrooms? I really gotta go, bro.
I gotta go so bad.
If you let me use your restroom, I'll join your gang.
Or I'll do whatever you want, please.
That's how they convert people. When they walk into the city, they walk them. They're like, "Yo, we got the cleanest restrooms, bro. Come on, we got toilet paper and
we got
everything.
2 ply.
we got Charmin in here, bro. Don't even worry." They're like, "Oh yeah, I'll roll with you guys." Yeah, it is weird that gets brought up, but never elaborate. I mean, I know why he didn't elaborate it on. Like,
Well, you're telling me he doesn't want to like talk in detail about
yeah,
a couple pages.
I can't believe he wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Galadon's just kind of making fun of him, being like, bro, like, you really locked in on this girl for no reason. And then they look out over the city, and they see that the guards are at Telri's mansion, and Rayon's like, dang, I don't even, like, know what's going on. I don't know what's happening outside the city. And then he has some really weird thought about how Serene doesn't really want to talk about the outside, which he's like, oh, that makes sense because, you know, she got exiled and it's probably painful and stuff. But then he starts thinking about like, oh, I really do enjoy my time with Serene. Her wry wit made me smile and her intelligence intrigued him. My personality encouraged him. After 10 years of dealing with women whose only apparent thought was how good they looked in their dress, a state of forced obtuseness led by his own weak-willed stepmother, Raiden was ready for a woman who wouldn't cower at the first sign of conflict. Bruh. Like, what? Dude, what are you talking about? Led by his own weak-willed stepmother is crazy. Like, bro's just... Yeah, these women, bro... They really are meant for each other. They really are. Just all these stupid women, bro. Like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, just, wow, I hate these women. I hate women too.
Yeah. Incels and femcells finding each other. Oh, my, that's funny. Yeah, it's a really weird thought process. Just him being like, oh, 10 years of dealing with all these stupid women who only care about how they look.
10 years in the joint?
And now I found this smart, wonderful woman with personality. It's so great. It really is a they're not like me and I'm not like them moment from both of them. I know we mentioned before that like, oh, well, Raiden hasn't said anything like that, so he's not as bad as Serene. Well, he's saying stuff like that now. So he is just as bad.
Yeah, he really is just like, I hate all women aside from you.
Aside from you, my zombie-fied wife. Well, I'm not going to tell you that you're my wife, even though I totally could.
Mm-hmm. Even though I could, and it would be really easy, and there's no reason for me not to at this point.
I need my secrets, though. Ha, ha, ha. And, yeah, he starts thinking about Erlon and how they've kept peace in the last 10 years somehow, even though they don't really have an army. But now with the Civil War and stuff going on, and all that pacifism and the fact they don't have any army and they don't have Elantrians protecting them, the current Wern would be like stupid not to strike and try and conquer. And this, with the kingdom falling apart and the king dying and everything that's happening, this would be the perfect time for Wern to show up and, you know, take over, which is why Harathan's here. So that's definitely not a precursor to anything that's going to happen. And then they go back to the library, and they walk in. He walks in with Galadon, and lo and behold, Serene, the only smart woman, she's reading books, and she's deep in these amazing histories and encyclopedias of political myths because she's so smart. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. She actually is a,
She can read? Whoa!
This is the first time he's met a woman who can read. No, it's funny. And then they're just kind of talking a little bit about how Serene can't make Aeons work, which she's not an actual Elantrian, so that makes sense. Because she's not actually connected to Aeon Door. Which I guess they don't explain how the poison works either. Like,
yeah.
I'm assuming it's some form of magic because it's like you have a potion that turns someone all warty and make their hair fall and stuff, but only for like a certain specific amount of time.
Yeah.
And you get like these super specific.
Which like, cause she will like her skin and stuff will get better, but like I guess her hair's just all gonna like immediately grow back.
Yeah.
Like
It says it starts growing back.
Like, is she just gonna be bald for a while? Like.
No, it says like at the end of the 5th day and stuff, like her hair starts coming back. Like,
I know, but like it's still going to be short for a while, is it not?
I mean, apparently it's growing back super fast just based on that one day.
Okay. Never mind. I don't remember.
Bro.
Yeah, she's chopped for the moment. So, I mean, she literally got hit with like the cancer gun. Like,
she got hit with the gun that makes you look like a leukemia patient, but only for 5 days.
But only for 5 days.
Yeah.
Like that dude he might be crazy, but the guy who cooked up the medicine, he's like goated at what he does.
Yeah. He's like, I know exactly what you want.
I know exactly what you
want.
want.
You twin.
Like an actual witch doctor. Bro's definitely using magic or something. And then they drop this banger line. She's talking to Raoden about how, it's amazing. I've never read anything that so soundly debunks Fjordan's rhetoric and manipulation. And Raoden realizes like, I've just been staring at her and like thinking about how beautiful she is instead of listening. And then
wow, she's so beautiful as she's just like absolutely decrepit looking with her hair gone and her skin covered in like blemishes.
Yeah, and then he's like
wow.
He's like, I wasn't paying attention to what she's saying. She's talking about like this book exposes Fjordell political lies or something. She drops this absolutely banger line, or he does. Every government lies occasionally. Wow, true. So right you are, bro.
He is very right.
This is riveting. This guy is smart. He's not like other guys. He knows the government lies occasionally.
Yeah, which is, apparently surprising to some people.
Yeah. And then they kind of have a conversation about how the lies the book is talking about is how Wyrn wasn't actually anyone special or even like holy or even really connected to Shu Dareth and Shu Korath. It was just this old, like Jadeth was apparently some minor, unimportant god who cared for rocks under the earth. But then Fjordan, which was originally like an empire, and Wyrn was this kind of side thing, this modern poem, or I guess non-modern poem. And he lived before Shu Dareth was even founded. And then they realized, wait, we're religious. We can't have our greatest historical king being a pagan. So they did some Catholic Church stuff and rewrote all the Bible or like their version of the Bible. So that suddenly Jadeth is like the all-important god and Wyrn's like a holy messenger and it's all connected to Fjordan and all that stuff. As you do when you're, an empire on the rise and suddenly connect with the Holy Church and realize, wait a second, we got to make it sound like we've always been God's favorite people. Mm-hmm. We can't have people thinking that we came out of nowhere and just, killed a bunch of people and took over. That wouldn't do. Real Catholic Church in the Dark Ages. Yeah. Or like during King Henry and stuff. And then they kind of press her for, what's happening? Like, tell us all this. We went up and looked out and saw there's people that were supposed to be here, the Elantris City Guard, they're camped around Duke Talry's mansion. What's all that about? And she's like, well, not to toot my own horn, but I guess the important part began when I dethroned King Iadon. Which is, that's why he hanged himself. And Raoden's like, what?
Yeah, because that's his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
The
very
way she
casually
says
like, oh
it
yeah,
is
your
so
dad
casual.
is dead, and I killed him. I'm the reason why he killed himself.
Yeah, like she says it so casually. She's like, oh, like she says it in a real like, you're probably wondering how I got here kind of way. She's like,
So you're probably wondering how I got into this mess.
also, it's just such a weird line. I guess the important part began when I dethroned King Idon. Which, of course, is why he hanged himself. Like, what do you mean, I didn't even know he hung himself, but I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean? We're stuck here. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and then Raiden sits down with a thump because his dad died. She doesn't know that, but...
My dad, who did not like me, and who I was also not having a great relationship with.
Yeah, and then that's the end of chapter 43. What a banger way to end.
Wow. Crazy.
And that's all we got for this week. Next week we'll do, how many was that? 38 to 43? It's like 5 chapters.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But, I mean, these chapters are kind of on the shorter end, so we might...
Yeah, chapter 2, or section 2, the chapters are definitely shorter. Next time we'll do like chapter 44 to like 49, 48, 49. That's 4 or 5 chapters. I think some of the next ones are pretty short, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Oh!